getting ready for work today. I'm going to also film a bump date video for you guys because I figure I might as well knock out two birds with one stone. So today is Saturday, what's the date? May 26th, and I today just turned 25 weeks. So I'm going to give you guys my 24-week bump date. So it was definitely a milestone week for me. I'm like nice and like real pregnant at 24 weeks. So it's cool to be able to be like, oh yeah, I'm 6 months, and it's like, it really definitely sounds like I'm more than halfway there. So I'm going to give you a recap of the symptoms, as well as some of the stuff that I've been loving, and then you know, like what's been working, what hasn't been. And at the same time, I'm going to do my makeup because I have to get to work this morning. I'm teaching my weekend certification course for makeup artists at Industry Makeup Academy, which I've mentioned many times before. In case you didn't know, I'm a makeup artist, but I also co-own a makeup academy here in Atlanta called Industry Makeup Academy. So I've been doing that for been with the company for like about 2 years. I've been part of ownership since last summer. So this is my full-time job, as well as doing YouTube and blogging and all that stuff. So makeup is my life, pretty much. In addition to with trying to, you know, be pregnant at the same time, and I'll be, you know, incorporating the whole baby situation into my blogs and my vlogs. I also have another blog with my sorority sister and my friend Danielle called We So Healthy, and WeSoHealthy.com is a blog focusing on lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, diet, fitness. So we do that one together, and that's also like another blog that I write for. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a recap of what's been going on. I'm gonna do like a pink makeup look today, just so you know. I found this inspiration picture. So what I've been doing lately, like I kind of fell in a little bit of a makeup rut, and I wasn't really finding a lot of makeup looks that, I wasn't really inspired to do a lot of makeup, you know, like especially in the early stages of pregnancy. I was really tired and just out of it. By the way, I'm using this new palette from e.l.f. This is a chromatic eyeshadow palette in Bird of Paradise. Doesn't it look pretty? This looks like a really nice palette, right? So I'm gonna try this out. Anywho, I wasn't really inspired, so what I started to do is whenever I liked a look on Instagram, I would just like favorite it, and then that would kind of like get my juices flowing again by being inspired by other people's art, and of course giving them credit for it. So today's look is inspired by a makeup artist called Teresa Francine, and it's like actually just a little simple pinky prom makeup look that I saw her do, but I really liked it. So I actually switched to the Back Talk palette from Urban Decay because it has more pinky shades in it. So anywho, 24 weeks was definitely interesting. I feel pretty huge, like my stomach feels big and hard and you know, like it feels like you can't miss it. The baby is apparently the size of an eggplant. And I don't know which kind of eggplant, but an eggplant, because I love eggplant. But my mom, she cooks Japanese eggplant, but I just use regular American eggplant. But it's about 1.5 pounds, so it's getting kind of chunky, little chunkamunka. And then so far in my pregnancy, I've gained, as of today, I've gained about 6.6 pounds. So definitely in the first trimester I didn't gain anything, but in the second trimester I gained about 1 pound a week, which is normal. So I'm a little bit under the average, like according to like my app where it tracks my weight. But I'm also above average, like I'm considered overweight. My doctor hasn't said anything about my weight gain ever, you know, at any appointment, so I guess I'm doing fine. So I have a scale by my bed, like an electric scale, and I kind of like, I'm conscious of weight gain, but I don't want to like be obsessive about it. My hunger hasn't really like increased that much yet, so I don't know if that's going to come in the 3rd trimester, which I only have 3 more weeks till that. But it's been pretty normal. I think it's honestly because in the 1st trimester, I didn't eat a lot because of food aversions. And that really changed like my eating style for the better actually, because I mentioned this like in my 1st trimester update that when I got pregnant last year in the summer, and I had a miscarriage, I kind of like gained a lot of weight because I was super healthy. Like I was at a very, very, very good place in my eating and like working out, and I was getting colonics. Like I was super healthy. But after the miscarriage, I kind of just like gave up for a minute. Not gave up, but I just was like not really focused on that. I was just kind of grieving. So I honestly gained like 20 pounds, which with me might sound a lot, but you know, my weight has always been like kind of up and down over the years, which if you've been following me since I've been on YouTube, you have definitely seen that. So I kind of started out pregnancy heavier than I would have liked. So because of that, I don't want to put on a ton of pounds. So just so that way afterwards it won't be like really, really hard to get off. But like I said, I'm not being crazy about it. Whatever happens, happens. So they say for my BMI, I should gain between 15 and 25 pounds, which sounds good to me. And I know that like, you know, I've been trying to keep active with my little prenatal workouts. The last 2 days, Thursday and Friday, I didn't work out at all though, because this week I came down with a really bad chest cold, which I definitely got from my husband, because over the last like 2 weeks he has been coughing a lot, and like he has asthma, and like he's been having a lot of issues with breathing, coughing up a lot of phlegm and gross mucus. So after about a week of him doing that, I caught it, which was inevitable. And then so then I turned into, like, it started out last weekend, like there's a tickle in my throat, and then it went to full-on congestion, and then I noticed that like the culmination of it all was Thursday morning. I woke up and I woke up like wheezing really bad, and my doctor gave me an inhaler for asthma because of my allergies. But, you know, it wasn't the same that I used to take. It's like a lower grade version, I think. It just feels like it anyways, because of like, you know, being pregnant. So I took that, and then nothing happened, and I had my humidifier going, and I was sitting up so that way, you know, I could breathe better. I took a steam shower, and nothing was helping. I was freaking out because I was wheezing hard, and I couldn't breathe for like over an hour. And usually, oops, excuse me. Usually when you take your inhaler, you feel some kind of relief, but I didn't. So I had a little freak out. I called my husband, and he came home from work because just in case, you know. But it's not good. But I ended up taking a puff of his inhaler, which is called Advair. Even though I know I shouldn't have, I did, which is not. You shouldn't take something that you're not supposed to. But it did give me, one puff of that gave me relief, and once I started coughing up like a lot of the trapped mucus in my throat, it got a lot better, because you know, that's what's making my asthma act up. Whenever, I don't have asthma typically, like it's not something I deal with on a daily basis like my husband, but if I get any kind of chest cold or congestion, I'll get asthma. So like I said earlier, in April when my allergies were super bad, when I told you guys about that. I had really bad allergies. I also, the asthma started to get kind of worked up and my chest felt tight. It wasn't like wheezing like from this cold, but it definitely felt tight. So then with this chest cold, it's really bad congestion, so I had really bad asthma. So, anyways, so that was like the worst that I had gotten. And I called my doctor and she was pretty much, I talked to the nurse because my doctor wasn't there, and she was like, you know, just take your inhaler, up to 4 puffs, drink a lot of fluids, you know, pretty much just like see if that helps. And she said, I asked her if I could take Mucinex because that's what my husband had been taking and it seemed to work for him really well. So she said it's probably fine, you know, just make sure that it's on the approved medication list, which I checked, and the approved medication list they gave me was like super short for congestion. So I looked it up on my app, which is called Baby Meds, and it said that for the second trimester it should be fine. So anyways, I'm doing better, but you know, I still have to go to work and like pull through. My mom was worried because I think I called her and she was like, don't put you and the baby at the risk. If you have to go to the ER, you know, go to the ER. And I was like, I know, I'm not trying to be like reckless with it. I just know that if they, because my husband and I had both had asthma really bad as a kid and he has it still. So I just know if I went to urgent care at the ER, they would just give me a breathing treatment, like a nebulizer. If you guys ever had asthma or knew asthma, it's like, you know, one of those little machines where you just breathe the air in, the albuterol. So I didn't think I needed to go because it went away. But that was really hard for me this week because, you know, when you're pregnant, you can't just take whatever and just fix it. Like, a lot of the over-the-counter medicines are ruled out. So if this was like a regular situation, I would definitely be like just taking, you know, regular whatever medicine and a couple puffs of the regular inhaler. But nope, not with a little baby. My husband's like super like wary of me taking medicine as it is because he's not a medicine taker. Like, he doesn't even like to take an inhaler. So he's like, just get the regular strength Mucinex, because the one that we had is like the DM extra strength. So I was like, fine. So I went to Kroger yesterday after work because I taught the night class at the Makeup Academy. And I got regular Mucinex. I also picked up some vitamin C, which I also saw was safe to take on my app. And then I got some cough drops, which is also safe to take because I have like these little coughing fits. You know, like they'll start and then they'll just be like crazy. This wing is getting a little bit long. I'm gonna have to shorten that up a little. And like when I'm in class and I have the, the coughing fit, it's just not cute because I'm trying to teach them like, and then so I have the cough drops. So hopefully it gets better because like when you're sick and pregnant, it's like, no, because you know you can't take a lot. So I had to definitely deal with that this week. I feel okay this morning, though, like it wasn't too bad, so I'm okay with that. What else has been going on? So let me look at my notes. Oh, another thing that I used was Vicks too, like the chest rub. So the Vicks, and having a humidifier, I bought a humidifier early on because I heard that it's good if you have congestion. That I think really helped too. The one I got is from Amazon. It's like 50 bucks, but it's totally worth it because I could definitely feel the steam kind of hitting me and loosening everything up. And if you have pregnancy congestion, which is a common symptom, I definitely recommend that you get one. So I'll link the one I have below. It's very powerful. Just make sure that you clean it out regularly because you don't want it, because it's wet and you don't want it to grow bacteria. So they say like once every 1 to 2 weeks is good. So whenever I refill it, Like when the water runs out, that's when I usually clean mine out. Okay, so another thing that happened this week, which I thought was pretty neat, was that my husband finally felt the baby kick for the very first time. So sometimes when we go to sleep, if he's like, he works nights sometimes, so he's not always there when I'm going to sleep, but on his off nights he is. So sometimes when we're sleeping, he'll just put his hand on my belly, which I think is so cute, just to kind of like feel the baby, like, you know. But he's not like around all the time, so he doesn't feel when the baby's kicking, even though the baby kicks a lot now. So he put his hand on the belly, and then he finally, I was like, oh, did you feel that? He's like, I like the baby kick. He's like, no. And I was like, oh, you didn't? It was really hard. Because sometimes the baby kicks soft, medium, and sometimes the baby kicks very, very hard. So then he like paid attention, and then he was like, whoa, that was, he was like, that was intense, your whole stomach moved. So I was happy that he finally felt the baby kick, because, you know, I want him to experience it as well. But like I said, the baby has been kicking up a storm, like a lot. So that makes me happy, because it gives me, you know, peace of mind that the baby's doing well in there, hopefully. When I called the nurse because of my asthma this week, she was like, oh, is the baby still active? And I was like, oh yes, she definitely is, because I feel her kicking away despite mommy having problems breathing a little bit. But they say, you know, if you're not breathing, chances are the baby is getting less oxygen, so you just have to be careful about that. So what else is going on this week? Oh, I started to pack for the baby moon, even though we don't technically have a flight booked yet, or a hotel or anything, but we kind of have a plan. We're just kind of waiting to get our flight arrangements together, and the reason why we don't have it booked yet is because my husband's probably going to get a buddy pass from his pilot friend. So once we get that, we already texted him where we wanted to go, and once that buddy pass for the main international flight is booked, then we can book everything else around that. But yeah, I started packing, which I love to pack. If you've seen my videos on this channel, you know that I'm obsessed with packing videos. It's just like my thing. So I had to kind of try on a couple of outfits to see if they still fit. And I really, in my head, like, I want to pack really light. My husband doesn't seem like he's that game about that. But I want to pack really light because I don't want to lug around a lot of luggage. You know, and being, at that point I'll be like right at 7 months pregnant. So I don't want to lug around a lot and, you know, worry about all that. But chances are he's not going to pack light, because his clothes are bigger, and he's not a packing guru like me. So, I'm still going to try to pack light though. Like, not a lot of clothes, not a lot of stuff, hopefully. But I did buy a couple of things for the baby moon this week, which I'm still testing out. So I was going to give you an update about that. But, I haven't really completely, like, tested them out yet. But I bought a wedge pillow. So it's like, one side is like a piece of cheese, like a wedge. And the other side is like a rounded circle. I think it's called Hiccapop. So I buy everything on Amazon, so I got it because I got really good reviews. It was about 20 bucks. And the reason why I first bought it was because my back has been kind of hurting, despite the fact that I have a pregnancy pillow. The pregnancy pillow I have is kind of like a U-shaped, but it doesn't like support my back very stiffly. Like, it just kind of is just like next to my back versus like lying under it. So I saw this pillow that you can actually wedge it under your back, because it's got the slim, you know, wedge side. But I also got it because you can also put it between your legs. You can wear it, put it behind your back for lumbar support. And you can also sit on it. So when I was doing research for this baby moon, I saw that originally somewhere we wanted to go. I don't remember where it is. But the person who was, I saw a blog post, he recommended buying like a sciatic pillow, which is like almost like a donut pillow, but a little bit nicer. He recommended getting that so that way the long flight it's so much more comfortable. And that makes a lot of sense because, you know, like you're sitting stationary for a long period of time, you want to make sure your back and your butt is supported. And this pillow, while it's also being a travel pregnancy pillow that I can use in the hotel, like to support my belly or put between my legs, I can also sit on it on the flight, and it comes with like a nice little travel bag. So I got that for both now and for when I travel. So I'm almost done with makeup. Oh my gosh, I have to like, technically I should leave like right now. On my app it said that my uterus is the size of a soccer ball. And I was like, what? That's crazy. So I told my husband and he was like, I don't know what that means. And I'm like, he's like, I don't know what like the uterus is. I'm like, really? You know what the uterus is? I was like, that's where the baby is. So, anywho, I thought that was crazy. Another thing that's crazy that happened this week is like, with all my crazy coughing, which has been like a lot, the baby, you know, is loosening up my muscles and stuff, or weighing down, you know, that area. But every time I cough, like I pee on myself a little bit. And I'm like, oh my God. And I know that's kind of normal, like especially after you give birth and too, like with like incontinence and stuff, but I'm like, what the F? So I had to start wearing like panty liners, and I just kind of stick a tissue down there, hoping that it will kind of absorb it. But I'm just like, this is a lot. This look doesn't look as good on me as it did on the Instagram person. I think I need to make my brows bigger. That is pretty much it for my 24 weeks. So like I think I mentioned before, I'm filming a 24-week vlog. So not only do you guys get to see me on this buck date at 24 weeks, you'll follow me around for the week and see how I'm, you know, me at work and me at home while being 6 months pregnant. So yeah. Oh my God, I'm like effing up my brows so bad right now. So I'm gonna finish getting ready and I'll show you a quick bump shot and then I will catch you later. Okay, so here's the bump. I'm wearing a tight-fitted dress so you could really see it. This is from Motherhood Maternity. I got on sale. So yeah, this is the bump. Let me just stand away. Alright, y'all. See you next time. Ciao, fellas.